To this week's Bisicast, both on Instagram and Facebook. And it's day 2 after Swedish House Mafia. Actually, day 3 already, because Saturday was the last one. And Sunday was in between, so hope that some people will join. We're starting off a bit melodic tonight. I wanted to talk a bit about what happened last weekend, but also play some new music as I've discovered very much before I left, and also like today or actually yesterday. I also should check in for tracks yesterday and today. And let's get started with the track Chapel by Alson that was released on Click Records. And your opinion about Swedish House Mafia, who were there, I believe Tobias was already watching, thank you, was there, so feel free to tell me your opinion about Swedish House Mafia and how you like it and what could have been better. I mean, this is, I believe, also the most interesting part. And let's have a discussion here, because discussion is something that I really want to force on the Bisicast, because we have so little discussion nowadays. I believe the populism is on the rise, and we need more discussion, because we can handle so much more of discussion than we think we are able to. So until then, I want maybe to show you this first track also with Chapel. Very melodic one. Spotify playlist is also up, and so I've been to the concert on Saturday only. Some of you were probably all 3 days, and and for me the show was absolutely massive. So the production behind it was absolutely insane. So with the free, burning rings and everything. So the visuals absolutely fantastic. But in the end, on the other hand, they only played 2 or 3 new tracks. So it's very tough to think, on the one hand, such a cool show, on the other hand, so little new music. Sorry, I just said So let me know your opinion, and your opinion is always welcome. And meanwhile, I'll just present you some new tracks, and then maybe I'll jump, in between flashbacks, Swedish House Mafia this weekend, and some new tracks. We can already hear in the background very beautiful I wouldn't even say melodic techno, so really very cool hi-hat that really got me going on this track. So I want also to share this on Twitter. So just give me a second. I hope that you enjoyed my recording or my live stream of the set. So let's get started. 92, it's already. So that's that, and unfortunately I wanted actually to download my stream myself, but it didn't work out yet, because the download takes forever from Facebook, because it seems like that Facebook is limiting the bandwidth. So instead of downloading with usual 1 megabyte per second on my internet, it's only downloading with like 0.037, which is very strange. So I don't know why this is happening, but I can't really help myself. And Osvaldas is in. Thank you so much for joining. So tell me maybe about your opinion. So I met Osvaldas in Stockholm, and Osvaldas was on all 3 shows. And tell me which one do you like the best. I believe we've already talked about it. We have to acknowledge that I believe the slogan "each night will be different" was more of a marketing gag, I would say. That they were rather similar, with maybe small differences in between. But yeah, let's discuss it. Tell me your opinion. It's all about you this time, not only about me. Like the music is only like background music this time. I would say I would focus more on Swedish House Mafia because it's that's actually I was really thinking a lot. Like over the last couple of hours, should I really go live tonight? What I usually do on Tuesdays, or not? Because well, I have some tracks set up, but not as much maybe. And then I thought, well, let's just talk about it. Like it's the mind is still fresh and I believe still relaxed after 3 days to really reflect also critically, like I did, basically a few hours after it. So I remember very well that the first reaction after it was over was euphoria. I loved it so much. Like I was, I saw Sabrina, coming from a different, section in the stadium, falling into her arms and say, "Wow, how cool it was! I'm so happy I was here," and all that. And then, there was the first euphoria, right? And after that, a few hours, I thought, wow, yeah, cool show, but they only played like 2 or 3 tracks, which is very little, in my opinion. And also, what about this each night will be different thing, when my friends are saying that it was rather similar. So yeah, there are also, these views, and yeah, definitely want to put them together. So yeah, that's why your opinion means so much to me, because you can really say, free from your heart, don't any opinion. If you loved it 100%, great. If you think, well, it could have been better, it's also okay. Let's just talk about it. And yeah, Stefanos just joined in. I'm so sorry you couldn't meet each other. I'm actually, I put up the friendship appreciation link, appreciation post on Insta, and thought there's at least twice as many people that I wanted to meet, but I couldn't because of time limitations and place limitations and whatever. So yeah, so tell me, Stefanos, if you liked it or not, and what do you think could have been better about the show in Stockholm? And also for those who weren't there and only saw stories or whatever, tell me your opinions. It's also very interesting to see. So what do you think about this? So yeah, the key is discussion tonight. Yeah. Meanwhile, yeah. Actually, did we meet each other, Stefanos, that I didn't know about it? Please don't tell me we met and I didn't realize it. That would be mad. I can remember, like, I had so many people, like, especially at this Team SA meetup that I was there. So yeah, it was very strange. Yeah, meanwhile, in the background, maybe one thing to the track right now, one that is very high up in the chart on Beatport right now. The track is called Body Funk. The original is by Purple Disco Machine, and this is the Clapton remix. It's doing very well on Beatport right now, and yeah, I enjoy it a lot. So, also like piano-esque house. We know Clapton for that kind of music, and also for the fact that they really like separate each other for playing. Really, it was on the left. When was it, on Saturday or on Sunday, Stefanos? Goodness, my freaking memory. Why didn't we take a pic with each other? He had such a great track on Criteria, and I didn't even recognize you. This is the point, and I always stress that. I do television, basically. I don't see you. That's why I can't recognize you. Easy as that. I do basically television. So it only goes one way. So, and not both ways. I mean, except, you want to join the chat. So, like I did with Oliver, who I couldn't meet either. Oh my goodness. I'm so sad. I'm so sad that I couldn't meet as many people as I wanted. It's really... yeah, it makes me mad a bit. Yeah. Meanwhile, on Insta Carrie watching, thank you so much for joining. So tell me what you think about Swedish House Mafia and the kind of comeback, I would say, like comeback show. Interested in any opinion tonight. So music is basically only like background music, and I won't talk too much about it. I have the recording, so actually I can play it off my Facebook. Because I live streamed the whole set, and don't ask me why, because, it just happened. So yeah, Stefanos, you were a fanboy, expected some more, but the show was, yeah, nobody could believe the show, yeah? Yeah, so the show was definitely, yeah, that was definitely fantastic. The show, I enjoyed the show as well. But this was actually the main, like my main, you know, I would say the main advantage of all this. So yeah, Osvaldis, by the way, thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, feel free to share if you want to encourage and kind of invite more people to discuss this, because I believe it's very interesting. So maybe now I take a little break and maybe play some of the set. Unfortunately, so yeah. By the way, one more thing about my live stream. I thank everybody for watching because I believe I had the highest viewage ever, and it's not even my content. This is so horrible to think about this, because my live stream was shared in a subreddit. It was the subreddit Swedish House Mafia, and I'm very thankful for this. Yeah, and they also had the track list written down, and I had several favorite moments, I would say. Wait, let me check where this was. Someone wrote down the playlists. Anyone for a full set? Maybe I was shared again. Maybe not. I don't know. Someone posted it on Mega. Okay, and it's very interesting to go through this subreddit. Someone recorded it in 4K, the whole set or most of it, an hour 6. Interesting. Yeah. So let's check it out. I'm actually looking for this post that I had there. Just give me a second, because it was there with the, definitely it was on the subreddit of, yeah, there we go, SHM show number 3 track list live. Yeah, and there under that there's my live stream somewhere. Yeah, Max Bisi, exactly. Yeah, so thank you for that. And yeah, they wrote down the track list probably via my live stream, and I was actually very thankful for the service that I could offer you all, also for those who weren't there. And yeah, let's maybe play this. Jakub is watching. Thank you so much for joining. So I would also ask you about your opinion about the show and if you liked it. Also, Jakub was at all 3 shows, as he told me. And yeah. To be honest, when I think about it, I'm very happy that I only saw one show, because I believe I would have been spoiled too much if I would watch all 3 of them. Yeah, or maybe not. Maybe I would say, wow, it's great to relive it again. But in such a short time, like that's for example why I didn't go to Third Party in London, because I saw them in Liverpool, and then only a few weeks after watch it again is a bit, yeah, it would have been a bit too much for me. So I want kind of the shows that I go to keep them special also in my memory, and I believe it's important to not spoil us too much. And it's not that I can't afford it, but I want to just keep it special, at least for me. And someone posted this link. And yeah, and I had some of my special favorite moments during the set. So I believe my favorite one was when they played Remember. Yeah, unfortunately, the only problem that I have now with my recording, I don't have any cue, of course. But what I enjoyed very much is also the reaction on Greyhound. So yeah, so this was actually the intro that took 4 or 5 minutes, and then the first track that we hear in the background was very massive, I would say. That was one of out of the released, unreleased tracks. That was definitely the first one was my favorite one. So it kind of had this we come, we rave, we love. We come, rave, we love kind of vibe to it, I would say. Yeah. So yeah, remember visuals since Miami. Yeah. I believe they were roughly the same. So yeah. So also I believe what you've mentioned is that there's a lot of So that's, the visuals were also rather similar to the ones in Miami. So yeah, of course the question is then, you know, how much they did, you know, in between like Miami and yeah. So we have full camera rate we love there. Stockholm, how are you feeling? Yeah. So also like I had so much to do. During, oh yeah, there we had Greyhound. I missed the drop. Just, can you hear the cheer now? At Greyhound it was sick. So I was, you know, you couldn't hear very well on the mic, but when I kind of, you know, felt that, everybody was so loud during Greyhound. It was insane. So yeah, I could have actually called this stream Swedish House Mafia set analysis. Just what I recognize. Yeah, but yeah, very interesting to listen to. And yeah, I want actually to skip a bit to this underneath it all ID that we've mentioned. Yeah, it was you know, hot contender to discuss. So I saw here, I could have actually written down. Like, see, for example, here that I was posting at 38 minutes teasing Mr. Charlie, which was one of my favorites. Oh look. You saw for a moment my phone there, because I was actually, so I had two phones with me. The one I was like streaming the whole set, and on the other one I was taking pictures for Instagram and doing Insta stories. So actually, I'm actually full, you know, dumb actually, because it seems like I'm the greatest, I don't know, social media junkie that needs, you know, I need to live stream and to do stories. You know, it just happened, you know. Actually, it was not planned. I wanted actually to do like a 15 or 20 minute live stream as I usually do, and then just enjoy the show. But then, you know, there were 20 people in, and then, you know, at one point there were 70 people in, and I thought, no, I can't stop right now. I can't disappoint so many people, you know. It was the highest viewage I ever had, and not even on my content. And I thought, well, yeah, you all had fun, and it's always, you know, I always enjoy, you know, when other people kind of can, you know, can be there, you know, at least, you know, in my mind and all that. And at this very moment, I totally regret that I didn't download it. I wanted to download it, but the download takes over 2 hours. So, and I just came home and I couldn't actually download it in full, unfortunately. So I have to stream it now, and it will be, yeah. Yeah, that was also a very beautiful moment with Sweet Disposition. Yeah, and Dark River. So yeah, they're really, yeah, so they're playing a lot of Extra and Grosso stuff, so yeah, and they mixed it up kind of with Steve Angelo. Yeah. And of course all their classics, so I believe they produced like 6 singles, or 7, as Swedish House Mafia. Yeah, don't count in like Leave the World Behind. There was actually not Swedish House Mafia, because it was Axel and Grosso, Angelo, and Late with Luke. So yeah. But you know, that's a different story, we all know it. Yeah, this was one of my favorite moments. Buy Now for Sale. I was really feeling the drums there. Actually, I wrote down the, yeah, wow, the snare, I'm feeling it, at 26 minutes. And someone wrote down that it was Buy Now for Sale. I totally forgot, you know, the track idea of this. Yeah, and I was so afraid at, you know, at, when the fireworks were inside the arena, because I almost dropped the phone, you know. So yeah. Hey Ricardo, great that you joined in. Yeah. Sometimes I even comment on it. Like my comments were usually in German. Yeah. So because I was actually, German is closest to my heart, obviously, because it's like kind of my educated tongue. My mother tongue is Polish, but I speak better German than Polish. And yeah.
The main ingredient. As to why we are here now.
The speeches were amazing. Yeah, the main ingredient. Yeah, ingredient is you. And they were so, especially Axwell was thanking us a lot that we, as their fans of Swedish House Mafia, kind of made this happen. Because without them selling 120 or 30,000 tickets for these 3 shows, that wouldn't be possible. So. Yeah, I heard the new ID live. I want to play it in a bit. I'm like going through the set right now. Actually, maybe I post this. Linkadresse kopieren. And yeah, and I want definitely to actually it's actually very much recycling of of content now. But actually, there are so many YouTubers doing it. So they do someone is doing something, then one is doing a reaction video, then the other counterpart is doing a reaction video on this reaction video, and then the other part again does a reaction video of a reaction video of a reaction video. And that's actually how they can generate content. I saw that already. I can saw this. Laura is loving the review. Thank you very much. Greetings. You are so lucky, Bruno. You have like the greatest girlfriend in the world, I would even say. She's so kind, smiling all the time, so happy always. You're very lucky. You're very lucky, Bruno. And you know, I can always say, you know, say my first impression. You know, I don't know her as long as you, obviously. But yeah, my live stream from the Swedish House Mafia show. So I don't want to attack them because they'll take it down, and I don't want that. At least not as long as I. Yeah, there we go. We'll leave the world behind. And yeah, they were also playing some Magnificence, I believe. And I had this. Yeah, I want to skip now to Teasing Mr. Charlie. It was one of my favorite moments. And they played the That Is Groove remix. It's also a very old one, so it's not actually that. Yeah, sorry for my bad internet. I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Because I'm also streaming, you know, at the same time, so this is actually kind of bad. And yeah, well, meanwhile, you can actually go through the. Yeah, we had to Leave the World Behind. That Is Groove, Magic Island rework, and then with Magnificence Cobra. Exactly, that's what I also remember. And why don't you play? This is interesting. Yeah, but Ricardo said his opinion about it. I like the new track. It's kind of bittersweet. You feel it has a tragic vibe, but also uplifting, very emotional. Yeah, it's a mix of both. I would even say it's more like it's not as uplifting. I would say it's more like a melancholic track even. Yeah, and that won't load now. Look at this. This is bad. That's why I wanted to download it, but well, I didn't make it in time. And yesterday I was checking tracks up until I believe midnight, and then I fall asleep in my chair, what I usually do. And then I wanted to check tracks. I wanted to download all this and all that, and then I forgot about this. And yeah, and now we get the problem that I can play this to you because my connection is so weird. But we'll figure it out hopefully. Yeah, hopefully it works now. No, it doesn't. No, it does. Okay. It's very strange. But yeah, yeah. Then we had I believe also B. They were playing Russian. There was Russian with Flash, a true classic. Yeah, they played B. He was also great. When this dropped, oh my goodness! Like everybody was cheering, including myself, because I haven't heard B in a long time. And you know, it's like a throwback set. You know, you know all these tracks from 7-8 years ago, and then you hear them again and think, wow, this is what a flashback is this? And that into Knasten, sick. So I really had my favorite moments during this set for sure. So, and I want to know yours. So yeah, let me know. Yeah, and there we go with Knas. And I was singing the melody there. Da, 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 da. So yeah. And then we had Mr. Charlie, exactly. That was at 28 or 38 something. Because I wrote that down. Yeah, 38:41, and look at that. It's again stuck. Yeah, I believe it was a bit later. So they had like this. Yeah, there we go. This was Teasing Mr. Charlie. When I heard this, I couldn't even I couldn't believe it myself, because you know, when you go to a Swedish House Mafia set, you don't expect them to drop Steve Angelo 2008 or 2007 tracks. And Teasing Mr. Charlie was long time my favorite when I discovered it, around I believe 2011, because you know I went in late into their music. now let's check this one out. Yeah, that was... I was expecting him not to drop the original drop, but then what was happening was... That's me screaming. Ein echter Klassiker. True classic. Because I couldn't realize it. Like nevertheless, I was rather quiet through the set. What surprised me actually a lot. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I was so skeptical about it, and I had so much fun. I would have never ever thought of this. So yeah, this was you know the surprise that I had. And look, it gets stuck. It gets stuck. And now tell me that was a good idea not to download it. Yeah. Yeah, now we are here. Now we are at this underneath it all ID. Yeah, let's maybe give it a listen. Because there was, yeah, after teasing Mr. Charlie with How Do You Feel Right Now on the vocals, yeah. And yeah. And it's very interesting because they, after the track, they broke down the whole vibe. So, and I believe this was the track that they made up in during like their studio session in Norway, because they rented a studio somewhere to the west of Norway, like the southern part, north and west, somewhere there. And yeah, they had it with I believe these guys that they were playing before them. So I believe Ricardo said that already. Vargas and Lagola. So, and they were so happy that I what I wanted to say that I oh, I believe, you know what? I believe the set is not stuck. The problem is that I didn't have a connection. And they just, you know, skipped these parts that I didn't have a connection. This is very likely, because it happened sometimes, you know, because the internet wasn't always very good, but usually it was very stable. So yeah, and I believe this is not my internet. Yeah, because I see that the video is running, and it is silenced there. So that means that this has nothing to do with internet, but with my live stream. So the live stream was just abrupted, and then it had like kind of a silence, and then it kind of, you know, it kind of put further. Actually, I thought that it's going to be uploaded later, but it didn't for some reason. Yeah. Okay, so this is the underneath it all ID that we've already mentioned. Yeah. We hear a lot of strings in there, but yeah, when it's about mixing and all that, very tough to tell anything about it. Yeah, I believe it's just very melancholic, so it's very, very different from that. Yeah. Then after that we had Miami to Ibiza, huge throwback moment for all of us, I believe. And then, yeah, we can already hear it. So yeah, they broke it down then, and then there came Miami to Ibiza, and then Resurrection afterwards. So in a huge mashup. Yeah. So you can already hear that here. Someone asked, anyone know if I can Chromecast a live stream from Facebook? I didn't even know. So this is very interesting. I couldn't actually really help them. Yeah, Resurrection was also one of my favorites. And then afterwards, Payback was played. And yeah. And this time we can go home, yeah, on the breakdown. Actually, I believe they played it separately. So yeah, Kuba, thank you so much for the love. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy my kind of a reaction to a reaction video. Recycling without any ending for content. Yeah. yeah, and that was the first time at 1 hour into the show that the rings were on fire, and then Antidote started, yeah, with the Salvador Ganache release. That was before Payback actually. So yeah, what I loved also very much about the show is that the audience was so in love with all this. So yeah, this is again not my internet, but the live stream. So yeah, it's then simply silent for a few seconds because it didn't kind of stream this whole thing. Yeah, cool buff. Yeah, Champions League. I'll also watch the second half of Liverpool, but I believe today it's rather helpless for Liverpool because they have to score 4 goals without Salah, so won't be happening, I believe. But yeah, last year Liverpool, Barcelona was out against Roma with also 3 goals, advantage. Yeah, so anything can happen in football. Yeah, I believe Payback wasn't much recorded. But then they had In My Mind with Book a Shade Loving. Was a classic. Yeah, and then afterwards More Than You Know, as they call it. Yeah. Yeah, it's not about, I was not talking to a Chelsea fan or not, but isn't Chelsea in the semi-final of Europa League? I think they are, aren't they? Yeah. We are the future live today. And Liverpool is already in front. Wow. Congrats. The 7th minute, so you still, Liverpool still has a chance. Yeah. Yeah, and then there was this more, I believe, more into barricade then later. Yeah, Chelsea against Eintracht Frankfurt on Thursday. Will be very interesting. 1-1. Let's see how strong Frankfurt will be on Thursday. Yeah. Yeah, then we had More Than You Know. Okay, first we had In My Mind with Barricade and then More Than You Know. Was it the original? Yeah. But only the second drop with the vocal over it because not the first one. Yeah. And then there was this very emotional moment when they played Remember by Steve Angelo. So where they said that they... Yeah, you can hear X-Wills. Let's listen.
You did some fucked up things together that you will always remember. You had some good times. You had some good fucking times.
So much when X-Wills talking.
And then, have you ever had a fight with a friend?
Yes.
A fight that was maybe a little bit weird. And then after a while, we can't even remember what the fight was about.
Oh, my heart was melting. In that very moment, I felt. Yeah, remember. There I said it. That. And then I see, in the background all the the video of Remember playing, and I get so emotional on it because I see them how young they were back then, and how there was way before when I fell in love with them around 2010, 11, somewhere there. Like for them separately. So I loved Steve Angelo, I loved X-Well. There was no EDM. It was underground kind of, and EDM kind of destroyed that to some extent. Of course, not everything is bad about it. We wouldn't have the festivals now and all that. But back then it was way you felt free. You didn't have any responsibilities. I mean, I was young back then. I don't believe I was in the last. I was at my senior year. Finished my final class, the final exams, for exiting school, and it was just a great time, to remember, all kind of wild the wild youth, basically. If we like speak in Steve Angelo's kind of words. It was just so emotional, and I couldn't actually hold my phone like still, because it was so emotional. I really felt the track, because it was one of my favorites on his Wild Youth album next to Children of the Wild. And I believe Stockholm Skies was also one of my favorite ones. And then I got so emotional on this drop. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. So that was a very emotional moment with Remember. Yeah, and after that, there was Hardest King with Reload and Tell Me Why. So yeah, also with a lot of strings. Yeah. Yeah, and then there was Hardest King into Reload. So yeah, by the way, Kupov, thank you so much for this. For the love of my T-shirt. Yeah, it's a long sleeve by Third Party Together. I didn't actually buy merch there because I didn't feel like buying merch, because when it's about Swedish House Mafia in general, for me, I don't have a huge connection to Swedish House Mafia. It's just a bonus for me. So I have a connection to Axwell, I have a connection to Steve Angelo, but not a strong one to Swedish House Mafia. It just so happened that these are the same persons. So yeah, but Swedish House Mafia is only like a bonus. But I believe right now, especially Steve Angelo is playing a solo show somewhere in Spain. I believe that Danny told me from the Size Family group. Yeah, Reload was also very emotional. I remember, for example, last year when Axwell and Grosso were playing at in Prague at Magnetic Festival, I was so getting crazy for no reason, actually, because Reload is like 6 or 7 years old already, and I still love it so much. So it's very interesting that they really packed us, all of us basically, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to sell 20,000-30,000 tickets. So we always have to keep that in mind. And but also someone was telling me, I can't remember, I believe it was in a WhatsApp group, that many younger than us, like younger than me also, wanted to say that wanted to see them live, but never had the chance after 2013. So, but the question is then, what is the huge difference between Axwell Grosso and Swedish House Mafia? I believe only the legacy. And the legacy makes up 130,000 people. Like, what if they done, a show like this as Axwell and Grosso? Would have been dead worse? I don't know, it wouldn't just be Swedish House Mafia, that's the point. Yeah, but as I've already mentioned, I see, you saw probably on my Instagram that I see this very, pragmatically. Oh yeah. Another favorite moment. You can hear me sing here. The island was also out of nowhere. And I remember very, very well when I heard the track for the first time. It was when Avicii dropped it on Tomorrowland, 2011. I mean, I wasn't there, but this was probably the set that I've heard most in my life. So, oh really? Was it cool? Oh, yeah, Sunburn is in India. Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, I believe you're also very euphoric about the boys. So, yeah. Yeah, and then after the island, there was Ingrosso's performance. I would say we can hear it almost. Yeah, he was dropping a melody on a synthesizer, and yeah, I believe already from these claps, I kind of recognize what will be coming up now. And yeah, and let's have a listen. I hope that I won't be taking any longer than 10 minutes, because I want also to play other tracks. But yeah, I believe it's very interesting to analyze this, and yeah, and it got faster and faster than I knew what's coming up. Okay, and someone fucked up there, because it was already like the back, And then Ingrosso steps up and plays a melody. This one. We all know it. And he fucks up kind of several times, I believe. Yeah. He wanted actually to play it faster. Wow. There comes a kick and then plays it faster. So this was very cool, and also I believe someone actually said it on my live stream. I believe it was Nikita. That it was great that they also like kind of introduced synthesizers, like really live instruments, elements. Then it got faster and faster. And then I believe it was played, and it was very interesting to hear the difference between the synthesizer was different. It was kind of a different mix than when they played it from the CDJs then. So yeah, very interesting. Yeah, so they incorporated drums. I believe that Extra was playing the drums as well. So that was very interesting. This is so iconic, the melody. Very interesting. I believe that they didn't play the vocals by Pharrell, which surprised me. But they played, as we hear now, the orchestral version. So I posted this on Swedish House Mafia family. That I forgot the guy's name. Did a collaboration of with Swedish House Mafia. And I would have to look up what this guy's called. And yeah, and we can actually hear it actually very well. Yeah, Kubov. That actually Rosso was usually playing the drums. So yeah. Let me check, because I posted it somewhere. Yeah, there we go. It was Jakob Mühlrath. So yeah, that was very interesting to listen to this version. Look who's watching, Jens Grönberg. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just reviewing, kind of making a reaction video on a reaction video. Their Saturday live set of Swedish House Mafia. Were you there, by the way? I want to ask that, Jens. Did you watch one of the shows live? Yeah, and if yes, did you like it? And if not, did you like it? Because you probably saw some stories or whatever. And yeah, it was very interesting to listen to this orchestral version of one. Something totally new. But I thought that there would be a real orchestra and play it. But yeah. Oh, you were there Saturday. Cool. Did you enjoy it? I believe you did. I believe you. Yeah, I believe you did. So very interesting to listen to this orchestral version. Something different. I really thought that there would be a true orchestra up there. Oh yeah, there we go. Very good vocals. Okay, they were in the second part. I don't remember that one anymore. I was too euphoric about it. So yeah, what else do we have? It can hold us down. And then we had the Stairway to Heaven with Don't You Worry Child. That was, I believe, later. Because there was also a breakdown. Yeah, there we go. Can hold us down, exactly. And then there was a breakdown, and then they started with Don't You Worry Child. With also a speech by Axel here. Yeah.
So I guess we're not best friends anymore. I guess we're family.
Yeah. I would have also loved to hang out with the X-Stone crew. That would have been great. Yeah. And then there was the start of Don't You Worry Child. It started off, very melodic. With this, yeah, exactly, Stairway to Heaven, and then they kind of went over to that. So yeah, Don't You Worry Child was also very emotional. So you could really hear like the cheer also in the crowd. And everybody was very euphoric about singing the vocals as well. Yeah, and after that there was Sun is Shining and Save the World. And that was it. So yeah, I could really hear everybody was singing. Very, very cool. Yeah, and Sun is Shining vocal, I believe, because I didn't play the drop. Yeah, that's the difference. But yeah, I had Don't You Worry Child that often that I believe I told you the story last week before I head over to Stockholm that I loved Don't You Worry Child a lot, and I loved it that much that I didn't allow anybody to remix it. So when the remix EP came out with the Joris Vaughan remix, the Promised Land remix, and the Kryder and Tom Starr remix, I said no, I'm not listening to this. The original is perfect. I don't want to know the remixes. Yeah, and there were also the fireworks at the end of Don't You Worry Child. Yeah, very spectacular. You could hear it, I believe, very well. And yeah. And after that, 3 nights we will never forget. So yeah, I believe Jens, if you're still in, you probably heard all this as well. And yeah, and then they had Save the World, and they had beautiful visuals with all those little kids, you know. They had the white screen and then like the shades of the kids there. So yeah. That was definitely a very emotional ending, for sure. Yeah, I believe that, yeah, because also they call it the Save the World tour. So when you have like the t-shirts, what a shame I didn't buy at least a t-shirt. 35 euros for a t-shirt, that was so much. I didn't really feel like, you know, spending that much money on a t-shirt. But yeah, you know, I didn't, as I already mentioned, I don't have this connection to have merchandise. With Third Party, for example, I have a connection. So I know the boys personally. I mean, okay, I know X well, but for like 1 or 2 minutes. Like, when was this? 3 or 4 years ago, when I was at Sreća Beach in Novalja in Croatia. Then yes, but yeah, any other it was not the case. Yeah. So that was Save the World with very spectacular, you know, kind of classical, like ambient ending to this, you know, with strings and all that. And that was the finale. So beautiful ending to an amazing set where I had a lot of fun, and I was so happy that I was there. So that's all I have to say about it. And then the 3 rings at the end, but one was not burning fully. So yeah, and I want actually to do both picks by phone and to record it, yeah, at the end. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you had fun, yeah. And I was so happy to kind of make this happen. So yeah, hope that you enjoyed my review of a review. So yeah, a reaction video to a reaction video. However you wanna like you wanna like see it. I'll definitely upload this to YouTube. So yeah, it was, yeah, very, very emotional. I liked it a lot. And yeah, and I'm really considering now to buy a ticket for Frequency Festival, or at least for this one day, to see them again. But I'm not sure whether 110 euros is worth it. I will still have to think about it. I know some people that maybe have some tickets. I'll think about it. And I'll let you know. Yeah. Okay, back to music, and you know, now we had so beautiful music, and now I'm heading to a track that made up the whole experience around it. Great. Yeah, Jens, thank you so much. Yeah, my thoughts are mainly positive. I just thought that a few more original new tracks. You know, it's very tough, you know, to get hyped for something for so little. So the only hype was that they're back together, and I felt this peer pressure that I had to be there. I mean, like, I didn't have to, but so many friends were there, and I wanted to meet them. You know, I had so much fun with these people, meeting them again, and yeah, and you know, it was just great. You know, to spend time with them, talk about the scene and how they are doing in general, and to meet new people, fresh faces, known faces, and all this. So it was definitely, also from this point of view, was a lot of fun, and yeah. I still hope for more music to have, you know, to give this new reborn project a bit more substance, a bit more, that there's more there than just being back together, also to do new music and to release new music. So yeah, I mean, like they could make a lot out of the, even this one ID that they played, or these 2 IDs that they played. But I hope for more. The question is, you know, with a show like this, I'm not sure whether they will, pull this off to be in the studio, and I believe also that if 3 people are working on a track, then I believe it's also very tough to agree on one version. I believe when they were younger, maybe they didn't care so much about it, but now that they are more mature, all of them, they have way more experience. They have also different opinions about it. And then maybe one will say, I don't care so much about it. The other one maybe not. So, I don't know. Jens, you probably know more than I do. So please share your thoughts about how do they work together. I mean, Axel for sure better, and the others maybe too. And yeah, tell me what you think about this. Meanwhile, I'll come back to music. I shared this before I left because it was out on Friday. A fantastic track by Pete K. And I definitely want to support this here. And I believe that on my Bisicast playlist this week, I'll share more music that I usually do. Pete K with Mobile. This is the new track out on 03, and I definitely want to support this because it's absolutely fantastic. It's exactly that kind of progressive that I feel, that I love. And I will tag Pedro in there because I know him from Facebook, and I want you to kind of feel that, to feel the kind of music that he's producing, and and it's coming slowly but surely. So. Pete K, I'll call like this. Actually, I can actually check both. With the track Mobile, that is out now on 03. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed my review. I'll definitely put this up on YouTube. And yeah, and this is absolutely fantastic, and especially the upcoming drop. And what I love so much about it, I feel like the kind of bass line in the background and still these different elements that are going through. So yeah, and after 30 seconds it goes into a bit darker drop, which I enjoy as well. So definitely wanted to show this to you because it's absolutely amazing, and check this one out here. Are you feeling it? And I love the atmospheres there. So he used so many different elements. Really, it does not get boring. It's just amazing. And now the hi-hats and slowly building up a new atmosphere. So this guy, guys, I love him for 1 or 2 years already. So. And he's getting better and better with every track. It's so great to see, and I definitely want to share this with you because I enjoy it a lot. So that was definitely my favorite track when I was walking around Stockholm, and all the time I was just listening to Pete K and Kolonie, and I was just headbanging there. So like this. I was walking around jacking. I made other people feel my beat. Dun, dun, dun. And the melody, it's what I love so much about progressive in general. You still have a melody to sing to, but still, feel it like a techno track. Like a great jack-in or house, whatever you feel, Sick, once again, sick. Absolutely sick. Dun, dun, dun. Absolutely great one. I love how we actually use the atmospheres again. So yeah, absolutely fantastic track. Huge recommendation. Pete K Nova. Yeah. What else do we have? I want to play you one more of these kind of sort of tracks by Kolonie. Now, Kolonie is also another producer duo that is releasing something between progressive house and progressive trance, I would say. And yeah, and the track that is coming up is called Hold Tight. And I would have to look where it was released. No, I don't want any backstory. It was released on what's the name called? Enhanced Music. Yeah. So yeah, this is the next track. And actually, I forgot the feature because it has a feature featuring Al Morris. So yeah, and it's also a great one, but it reminds me of something. Let's check it out. Kolonie with Hold Tight. But yeah, thank you so much, Pete, for this. If you're watching at one point, you're the man. You're the man. You're keeping prog alive. And like the true prog, and that's why I'm so happy that Pete is also a part of Release family, because yeah, it's, you know, great to see. Yeah. So yeah, if you hear the background, the melody a bit, the background, it reminds me of something. I just can't remember of what now. But let's check out the drop. Yeah, I know. Stadium X Legend, and in further then, of course, Deep Fear. So a true classic. But yeah, I wanted to say, I don't really care too much about it, so I don't really actually, yeah, I kind of hear it, but kind of don't care about it. It's still very fine. So, and the vocal is very cool, so very enjoyable, actually. So yeah, this is Kolonie with Tight. Yeah, it's a great vocal, like it's very professional, you know. So I want to tech Kolonie. I hope the guys don't care too much. Yeah. Now here comes the sauce. Kolonie music, yeah. There we go. Hold Tight. This is the new track, and yeah. And I very much love the really the vocal, and then breakdown, and then, you know, they put it slowly back. Yeah, I have one more very interesting track that I want to play. Two actually. So Wolfgang Gartner is back. So I haven't heard from him in a while. Actually something good. So Instagram is so empty today. I don't know why this is happening. But yeah, hope that you still enjoy the tracks. And my review, of course, of Swedish House Mafia. I can't wait to put it up on YouTube. And yeah, to also know your opinion about it. Your opinion is still welcome if you're watching. Ruben, for example, thanks so much for joining. So, what do you think about Swedish House Mafia and their set this weekend? Always open for opinions. Discussion is key. Discussion is key. And yeah, this is Wolfgang Gartner with 28 grams. His new track. So let's check it out.
28 grams in an ounce.
Hey. Yeah. So it sounds a bit bass house, but not as much. Why didn't we see each other, Hannah, on Saturday? Hannah, why didn't we see each other when you were there? That's true. I guess so many people I wanted to see, but I didn't. It's strange. Yeah. So yeah, what I like very much about Wolfgang Gartner is that he, especially about this track, that he came back to his can't click on it. Okay. I believe it's gone from Spotify. Look at this. I was looking for it, but I can't click on it, so I don't know what's happening. Yeah, meanwhile, goodbye, Insta. Yeah, but there's not much going on here, so... Yeah, so the melody is actually changing up a lot here, and yeah. But as I already mentioned, like the melody reminds me a lot of Losing It, for some reason. Okay, I believe next up, what I can also play is the new one by Tom Starr. Tom Starr and Trace, East Soul. Definitely want to support Tom here as well. Look who's watching, Mac also joined, thank you so much. And thanks for the love, of course. So yeah, just think for yourselves. Think for yourselves whether you like it or not. And then I have a rough one. The next one also goes more into the techno direction. But yeah, first I'll check out this. And once again, the end is no good on Spotify. Nobody likes the end, like the end sign. That I forgot how it's called in English. Sorry for that, guys. Yeah, but once again, I believe a very nice track list that I'm gonna have at the end of the show. Yeah. Hope you enjoy it. Then in the end, yeah, you can hear the drums. So the track is called East Soul. It's by Tom Starr and Trace. And from what I heard, the track, or actually the topic that's coming up, or theme, reminds me a lot of a track that I heard on Criteria already and in Frida's live show. And he, I believe, remixed it, and the remix sounds a bit different from the original, because the original has like kind of this melody, goes on like this. It reminds me of earlier Tom Starr tracks that I already heard. So yeah, very interesting what he did with this kind of topic, that he changed it up into a track like this. So yeah, very interesting. Yeah, and I like the, I believe it's called the sitar. The instrument is like a Indian like kind of guitar-esque instruments. Yeah. Yeah, and then it quickly builds. It slowly builds up, you know, into the drop. It takes like at least 30 seconds, which is a lot actually nowadays. Yeah. So, one a bit rougher track that I want to show you. Actually, two rougher tracks coming up. And then I believe I'll finish, yeah, maybe I want to play at least 3 or 4 more tracks. The rougher one is this one. I believe I discovered it just yesterday or today. Elke Klein with Machine 2.0, the Nacadia extended remix. Check this out. A rough techno track. Now, something for the techno heads, so they don't go away with nothing. I know that some of you guys are into this stuff, which is very cool. Melody is very quick, out on Days Like Nights. Very cool. So listen to this. I believe also like the second drop is a bit rougher than the first one. So if you like skip a bit through it, you might hear it. Yeah. So very quick music. Very interesting to listen to. The mix is also very interesting because it's yeah, it's not as loud, you know. They really, you know, left some space to breathe for the track, which is very unusual, I would say. I want to get you the link here. Do I got the link here? I believe I did. I do. So that's that. And let's check out the second drop as well, because I believe it's changed up a bit. Yeah, I also like the breakdown, it's very atmospheric, so with strings even in there, so definitely something very unusual, I would even say, for this kind of genre, you know. Yeah, the second drop is rougher, very cool. And Ashley joined, thank you so much. Tell me also your opinion about Swedish House Mafia and how you liked it, if you were watching, of course. Yeah, so very cool, very interesting usage of sounds here. For a techno track like this, it's very unusual. So very cool. And yeah, up next, what I want to play also is a new one on Mousetrap, Eddie with 9. So Eddie released like a 4-track EP there. and this was my favorite one. It goes a bit faster, a bit rougher. And it goes more again into progressive direction, I would say, but also very cool to listen to. A bit different. But yeah, the whole EP is very interesting. So I like sometimes how Mousetrap is very experimental with the tracks that they release. Yeah, and also for me, like it's a German-speaking one, it's very interesting to listen to so many nines in a track, which means no. Especially on the breakdown, I believe it's the strongest. Yeah. Eddie is not Eddie Phonic, by the way. I hope he's not, because it's a very unusual sound for him. This album, Mousetrap. I like how the snare works. Yeah, very cool. Okay, that's that. So yeah, it has really also kind of groove, you know. Yeah, exactly, Hannah. So Hannah is saying that it was a full music set. Yeah, but you know that's the point. You know, I believe that Swedish House Mafia is not the Swedish House Mafia we know from 5 or 6 years ago. So this is like the huge difference, because they have a huge legacy now, and I believe, you know, this is the difference, that they kind of without it, you know, they would probably, you know, scare or kind of, you know, intimidate, maybe not intimidate, but like their fans. So their fans wouldn't be happy if they weren't be able, you know, to hear like the old stuff, because I believe this is what this kind of rebirth of the project, or you know, reviving this project is about. So yeah, it's mainly about, you know, remembering the old times, playing it safe sometimes they do did some like experimental stuff with this new idea and all that, but you know, why change up, you know, winners tactic, or like you know, strategy, you know, if it works. So if it works, then it works. So yeah. What else do I have here that I like? Dombreski with Simply Hit. Wait a minute. It's good, yeah. A very melodic one. The one I can also add. I want actually to play a bit more tracks now that I want to play that into my playlist. If you have a bit more fun. Dombreski with Simply Hit. Very melodic one on Insomniac Records. Piano house vibes all the way. Very nicely made. So yeah, definitely something for the fans out there. And thanks, Hannah, for your thoughts, of course, which of course are very right. So yeah, that it could have been better. It was like this. We can't really change it too much. Yeah. So yeah, you should definitely check this one out. Dombreski with Simple Hit. And what else I wanted you to play is Piers Fulton released an old project by him. I know, from March 2015. Very interesting to listen to. Thank you so much, Anthony, for joining. Tell me your opinion about Swedish House Mafia. It's around 5 more minutes left, so maybe we can discuss it a bit more. Yeah. So, very simple mix on this one. Not much going on. The kick is very simple. But this track is actually on Spotify, so I know March 2015. I believe March 2015 is where the project is from. Yeah, I would actually add now all these Swedish House Mafia tracks, because I believe I did this already last week, and one is enough, I believe. Yeah, but Piers Fulton released such great music in a while, so it sounds very neat, very clean. Not as, you know, not too much on you know, EDM kind of style. So what is Hannah saying? Yeah, you're right. But well, yeah, I know. We is kind of us. We is us. We us in the sense of the fans basically, so to say. Well, reunion, is a reunion of, let's say, rock bands or pop bands any other? So what I heard over the last couple of weeks is that sometimes, when it's about bands, or especially alternative bands, you don't know whether they are still together or not. So usually they only play one concert for a album release anniversary, for example. Yeah? And is that now any different from like what Swedish House Mafia did from like those rock bands or alternative pop whatever bands? I don't think so. So yeah. In the sense of the others are also not like reuniting, but they're just come together to play greatest hits. And I believe there was very little difference in the end. We thought it would be more, but it was very little difference in the end. Of course, the show was cool and all that and great. But yeah, we could have wished for more music. Yeah, Nikita, great that you joined. Thank you so much. Tell me what you think about Swedish House Mafia and their concert in Stockholm and how you perceived it. Meanwhile, I'll play like one or two more tracks, then I'll call it a day. And yeah, let's see how Liverpool is doing. They're doing good or they're doing not as good. Why is my internet so slow? I don't even know. Makes me kind of mad. Yeah, so it's halftime and it's 1-0 for Liverpool. They still have a chance. Cool. Yeah, so what I've just played, I believe I dropped it, did I? I believe I did. Piers Fulton with I Know from March 2015. Yeah, Piers Fulton, I Know from March 2015. And yeah, what else I wanted to play? There was one track that I believe I'll play this one. Yeah, this was probably the last one. So the last one that I'll play right now is because I believe I probably have more tracks, but only little time. So yeah, I'm interested in your final opinions about so many tracks but so little time. It's always the same, always the same. But I believe that's all I have right now. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I went through all promos yet that I received during the weekend. But yeah, for now we should be fine. Look who's watching, Peter. Thank you so much for joining. Just in before for the last track. Yeah, I have some more. Yeah, well, okay, maybe next week. Just in time for the final track of tonight. The new remix of Axwell, Nobody Else by A-Track. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, for your interest, for being so interested in my opinion about the Swedish House Mafia shows in Stockholm. I thank all the people that I met there. It was amazing. It was better than I could have ever expected. I met the people that I love. I saw a fantastic show what I liked. Well, I'm surprised myself, but I can't hide it. I was very like I was in a state of euphoria, so I can't really tell anything bad about it. Yeah. No, you are not overreacting, Nikita. You are absolutely right. There was a too huge hype about it. It took me 3 months to think whether I really want to go or not, and in the end, the peer pressure decided for me, not myself. Now some people might now say that, that's dumb, or that you don't have your own opinion. I mean, I do have my own opinion, but I believe that's why I always said I'm going there for meeting my friends and not for Swedish House Mafia. That's just a bonus. Once I'm there, so without Swedish House Mafia, I wouldn't be able to meet all the friends in Stockholm. That's what was so fantastic about it. You are not overreacting, Nikita. Absolutely not. Because I felt the exact same way. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the hype was too much for sure. And it's all about we are laughing about it. It's a huge money making tour. Yeah, too much hype for not enough substance. Yeah, the shows. The only thing that I can really positively say or stress was the show, because the show was unreal. It was fantastic with the visuals, with the music. They were beautifully you know, kind of supporting the music. But most of them was also already during Miami. So yeah, it's also a bit sad, you know, that they didn't come up with more new stuff. Yeah, the kind of the exhibition was not very interesting for me because I see this whole reunion thing way more programmatic. I don't see that in an artistic way, that it's a purgatorium and they went through this purgatorium for 5 years, they didn't know what to do. Of course they knew. But I believe, I don't know, Steve Angelo, I don't know, tried his way, maybe it didn't work out. How the hell should it work out? The music is so different. So I don't know. I don't want to suppose anybody, but maybe it's really about money. You know, it probably is about money, yeah. But then, you know, they will do now this show until September or October, where the last one will be, and then they're gonna separate again, and then in 5 years they come back. I don't know. It's really very, 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 very much questions about it. So yeah, we'll see how this will turn out. I'm really considering going when they will play next to Vienna in August. Yeah. And underneath is all, yeah, I would have to, you know, to listen in better quality to judge. Very interesting to listen to, was a bit different from the other stuff during the set. The intro ID was better for sure, you know. Yeah, but at least I didn't buy any merch. At least. And actually, I bought the ticket off a friend, so he didn't even make money out of me. Like real money out of me. Like only Austrian Airlines, who I paid 190 euros for a flight there and back, where I thank God that I did, because if I had booked via SAS, I don't know whether I had the chance or not, but yeah, I would have been probably mad. Yeah, and the hotel there where I paid 70 euros a night, expensive as hell. But yeah, couldn't do anything about it. Yeah. No snapbacks. There was a cap, yeah. Black shirt with friends on it 3 times. Weren't they white with a black written? Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. No, actually, the point in that was, why are 7 people? Guys, I want to leave. What do you want from me? Tell me. Why are 7 people in? The point is, Hannah, with this family stuff, was I believe what Axwell said after the well, what do I want to say, after what he posted after the shows. They used to be friends, but now they are not friends anymore. They are family. I don't know how this happened. I don't know whether they married each other or I don't know, or their wives or sisters or whatever. I don't know. How should this work, right? I mean, the only thing it would work if their wives are sisters. This is the only way it could work. Then they are family. Yeah, I mean they are in-law. You know, family in-law, but not real family. How should this work? if you look from a like logical point of view, right? Yeah, Swedish House Mafia family in-law. Isn't that beautiful? the only way it could work, but it's definitely not like this. So yeah, it's just a marketing gag, you know. It's just only way to make money, dog, as they said during this one thing. Yeah, guys, I'm done. Thank you so much for watching. The last track was Nobody Else 8-track remix. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I'll be back next week or not. I will definitely upload my my analysis to this set. So the reaction video to the reaction video. Only way to make clicks. Not that I'm not even doing this with my own content, so I'm actually very mad on this. But yeah, there's nothing really I can do. But I hope maybe next week or the week after, I will receive some promos that I can give good feedback on it. So always feel free to send me your stuff. It's always welcome. I only want to share this one last track. Yeah, I mean, it makes us happy for sure. Yes, Oswaldus, absolutely, and that's actually the reason, you know. So it made me happy as well. So, I mean, 10 in a row would be a bit too much for me. As I mentioned it already, like earlier, that I want to keep it special. That's why I've always said, that I said only one. So, yeah, and that was basically it about it. Okay, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I hope to see you very soon. The latest during ADE. I hope that many people will come there. I'm still thinking whether I should go to Summer Story or not, or to a German festival. That's not final yet. So yeah, I would have to really think, because Sweden was expensive. Yeah. Okay. So if you're still having any opinions that you want to tell me about the show, or about like about Swedish House Mafia, or about the tracks, feel free to DM me. Always open for discussion. Discussion is key. Don't forget to discuss stuff, guys, because otherwise, yeah, we would not be the society that we are now, or at least not anymore. So yeah, hope you all have a great remaining week, and yeah, hope to see you on the next Bisicast. Thanks and bye.